Hi, let's take a closer look at this scene from the movie How to Train Your Dragon. This is the fish eating scene from the newly released live action version. On the surface, this scene depicts a bonding moment between Hiccup and Toothless, and also offers some comic relief. At the same time, there's something truly profound on display here. When examining this scene from an inner sense, we can see an aspect as to the nature of God and the relationship he seeks to have with those who draw near to him. So the scene begins with Hiccup making an offering of food or sustenance. So the man, who is a son of God, makes an offering. And what he offers is a fish. And a fish, in the spiritual sense, represents memory knowledges, or the thoughts and ideas we gather through our experiences in the world during our lifetime. And this is because the waters or the ocean represent the mind, and all the fish that live in the sea are those thoughts and ideas that we have. And of course, it's necessary to acquire these thoughts, these ideas and experiences, but alone they're not suitable to guide ourselves without some higher wisdom pertaining to them, which can only come from the Lord. So it's not so much that one merely accumulates all of these experiences, they're then meant to further be healed, ordered, and elevated. So they serve as a raw material which God helps refine as deeper wisdom and insight upon reflection. So that is why in this scene, Toothless eats the fish, he takes the offering, and then he unexpectedly regurgitates up the head of the fish. And look, he's quite insistent that Hiccup should eat the offering that was given to him now. So this represents that wisdom or insight, the spiritual food, the spiritual sustenance that the Lord offers. And notice that Hiccup is very grossed out by this unexpected reciprocation. This demonstrates the natural aversion that man has towards the truth. It's a shot to the ego. However, Toothless is just going to keep staring at him until he takes a bite. And unfortunately, I can't get the full clip where he does finally take a bite out of the fish head. And this represents the first step at integration, taking in the wisdom of the Lord and becoming that man who he was created to be. So this is all a necessary process to prepare Hiccup in carrying out his true purpose. So in essence, they shared a meal together, and to eat together is a communal exchange. It's not a one-sided affair. God wants to be involved in man's regeneration. So through this whole exchange, Toothless shows that he doesn't want to dominate the relationship and insists on shared understanding. And with all this in mind, it's amazing to consider the significance of the dragon's name, Toothless. Hiccup names the dragon Toothless because at first it doesn't appear that the dragon has teeth, but it's soon found out that he does in fact have teeth and that he can retract them. So Toothless's ability to reveal and conceal his teeth symbolizes controlled power and represents the divine nature's capacity to defend truth without needing to dominate and devour. And in Hiccup's naming the dragon Toothless, it's reflected how the natural mind or a child perceives God as harmless and gentle, yet capable of immense righteous force when needed. In the movie, Toothless is classified as a night fury. This is the most mysterious and fearsome species of dragons. And yet, paradoxically, he's also the most harmless looking compared to all the dragon species portrayed throughout the movie. And what sets him apart, it's not how fierce he can be or looks, but how consciously he withholds that fierceness and avoids
unnecessary conflict. And he remains hidden and mysterious because he doesn't seek to dominate. And that's exactly why he carries such immense power. And it is this power that ultimately leads Hiccup to reestablish the total order of things and healing the relationship between man and the dragons.